Mike with Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Bad Dog by Bag Brothers. Let's go and dive in, break these bags down. As always, we'll start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material. It's the material I used to refer to as that clone material. Same slow sides you find on the Southwest Cafe, Sub-Zero Wintertide, Lucky Surefire Elites, the Cornographics Hustle, the Man Bags D20, the Swag Bags Tornado, the B3 Coyote. A lot of bags use this material. It's a touch slower than that Viper R slow side material. A little more control to it. Plays about a 5-speed. It's a great material for playing a dirty style game. Shot shaping, cuts, rolls, flops do it really well, but it's still very hole friendly for the control you get with it. 5-spin slow side. Fast side, this is that same fast side material that you find on the Cornhole Coastal Creature, Fear Icon, the Big Mac Bags, whatever, the B3 Coyote, Ranger, Fatal. It's a 9-speed. I really like the material. It's got a really soft feel to it. It's plenty fast for pushing through and collecting blockers, blowing up piles, cleaning up messes, just sliding up dirty boards. So we're looking at about a 5 and 9 speed on these bad dogs. Template wise, medium template, but maybe just towards the smaller side of medium. So it's just on that smaller side of medium. Not small enough for me to call it a small template bag, but it's not your typical medium bag. A medium I feel, but because the template is not fully super big, it has a fuller feeling to it. Still a flop to it, but it is not an overly floppy bag whatsoever. So I think if you like a fuller feeling bag, I think you'll like the way these bad dogs feel. They have a nice hand feel. You get a nice amount of fill in here. You can grip a hold of the bag, really lock the bag down. The fill in here is a mixed fill. I really like the fill that Bag Brothers puts in here. If you've watched my videos, my reviews, you know I love a mixed fill because of the versatility with it. So the bag has a ton of forgiveness landing. This material is a very forgiving material. It has very little kick to it anyway. If you don't throw a flat bag, it's not going to punish you. And with the mixed fill, it doesn't have a real bouncy, active landing. So it lands fairly soft and runs straight through up the board. The bags are really nice around the hole. They're very hole friendly. The mixed fill, the beads in here really aid in that hole friendliness. But I love the fill in here, the way that it gives it the forgiveness landing, but you still get the hole friendliness around the hole that you need. These bags in particular are not stamped, but you can get these bad dogs with the TCL stamp if you play in the TCL. Let's go and jump in and talk about playability on this. And these are a very versatile bag. I've talked about this material a ton. I love this material. I throw this material quite often. And the reason I do is the versatility with it. If you want to get up there, run bags in the hole, put your 4 bags in, outscore your opponent, you can do it. Very hole-friendly material. You get up near the hole, it's going to find its way in. I found these bags to be really, because of the hand feel, the fullness, not that really large sloppy template. It's kind of more of a fuller, kind of a medium to small template. I had a ton of control, so I was a little more accurate with the way I was throwing the bags, which meant I wasn't missing as much. It mean I could really kind of dial that throw in, place the bag where I needed to, so I could fit in those tight spaces. If my opponent had bags, and I could get around the bag. So really great bag for finding its way into the hole and just running bags, putting your 4 bags in, get your 12 points, and just outscoring your opponent round to round. It's also a phenomenal bag if you want to play a dirty style game. You've got the control here. You can get up there and you throw a blocker, and you can put that blocker pretty much where you want, kind of, anywhere you want on the board. You've got enough control, and if you dirty this material up, it will get a touch slower. You can slow it down just a hair. So you've got the ability to put your blockers up there because it's not a super floppy bag. Easy to collect. You're coming down, you're clipping a corner. It's got enough fullness here that's going to clip, and you can push that bag in. So it means you can get a little more aggressive, putting that blocker more on your opponent's side, knowing that when you come down to your last bag, you can come fast side, come down the middle, you can clip that corner, and you can take both bags in. Like I said, as you get it started, they'll usually drip right in, no problem whatsoever. Even though they're not a floppy, loose bag, I didn't really have a problem with them clogging the hole. Typically, fuller bags clog the hole, but this bag is just on that line between being a full bag and being a medium normal bag. It kind of falls in the gap between there. So it's not super full, which means you don't get that clogging or bunching whatsoever, but you still get the advantages of a fuller feeling bag for those who like that fuller feeling bag. So I really think Bag Brothers has found that sweet spot for bags in between that medium to small template, in between the full to medium fill in there. They really found that nice sweet spot where you get the advantages of having a fuller feeling bag. You get the control you get with a fuller feeling bag, but you don't get the downside of negatives of it clogging, bunching, so forth like that, or even sometimes fuller bags tend to want to kick to it. So you've done a great job in designing this bag. To me, I think the bag really stands out is in that hybrid style game where I like to run bags from one round to, a round or two, then get up there and play a dirty round, maybe throw the occasional 3rd bag blocker or a blocker here and there to keep my opponent guessing. It's also a great bag if you're playing against an opponent who plays a dirty style game, because if they put blockers up there, you've got all kinds of ways to get around here with the shot shaping. Cuts, rolls, flops. This bag does it really, really well. I was able to throw some pretty aggressive cuts with this bag. Typically cuts more like what I would throw with a stickier carpet bag that wants to really grip and grab. But the stickier carpet bags tend to be less hole friendly. They tend to hang up in the hole. They tend to be harder to get in the hole. So I got the hole friendliness of this material, but I still have the ability to throw those pretty aggressive cuts. I think it's a bag that you can definitely roll and flop very easily. So if you're in that shot shape and style game, maybe you're trying to learn, maybe you're kind of getting there, you're not where you want, but you're looking for some bags that are maybe a little more hole friendly than what you've been trying. I think these bag dogs are exactly what you're looking for. So you've got the shot shape with them, which gives you the options to get around your opponent's bags. It's also fast enough on the fast side that you can push through any blocker up there. You got enough speed here, you can flip it over, push through a bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, whatever. You've got enough speed that you can push through and clean up whatever piles are up there. So it's definitely a bag that gives you a ton of options. To me, it's a good bag for a blind draw. The only downside you're going to get is sometimes players see this hybrid material and they look at it and think it's carpet because there's no design on it. They want to call it carpet. It's not really carpet, right? It's a blend between polypropylene, which is carpet, and polyester, which is non-carpet. So it's a hybrid. That's why you call it a hybrid. It's not a carpet material. But if you go to a blind draw and you like to throw a slower, more controlled bag, and you get a partner who likes to throw a faster bag, and they're hesitant to throw this, just get them in their hands. Let them throw a few times. I think they're going to really like this bag and the way it plays. And then you can play your dirty style game, and they can get up and they can run bags in the hole like they would. And you can it really helps kind of bridge the gap between the two different play styles. So it's a nice bag that I think you can put in your backpack. And even if you don't go to blind draws, sometimes you just want a bag that has some versatility to it. Because the other thing this bag does, and I know I mentioned it, was humidity. These hybrid materials are wonderful if you play in areas where humidity is an issue or where weather conditions change, board conditions change throughout tournaments, especially all-day events or events that start in the day and go through the evening into the night. You can get varying weather conditions. Hybrid materials are really good at playing pretty consistent across all those weather conditions. So no matter how the boards change, the weather change, the conditions change, you can throw this bag and get it's fairly consistent, almost similar play style. You don't have to change your throw. You don't have to change bags to adjust the conditions. This bag is going to stay fairly consistent. So it gives you that ability to play your game no matter what the conditions are. But it's a very versatile bag in the different conditions that it can handle. It's a versatile bag in the play styles you can handle. I like bags like this that give you options. I like bags like this that have versatility because sometimes I get up there and if I'm not feeling confident, I don't always want to throw blockers. To me, to be able to push through a blocker, you got to have confidence knowing that you can flip it over fast side, knowing you're going to hit your spot and you're going to push through there and take that blocker up there. If I don't have confidence, I tend to want a bag more that I just want to run bags in the hole until I can build that confidence. You can do that here. And then once I get the confidence built up and I feel like I have control of the bags and I have control of my throw, then I start playing a dirty style game. And again, I don't have to change bags. I can do that with this bag. I can also play to my opponent's weaknesses. It's something I always like to do is I play more of a situational game. I look at my opponent. If I get an opponent who struggles with blockers, I'm going to throw a lot of blockers. If I get an opponent who struggles with running bags in the hole, I'm going to run bags in the hole. I'm always going to find their weaknesses if I can, and I'm going to play to their weaknesses and really make them struggle or make the game harder for them to play. And a bag like these bag dogs gives you the options to mix and match from game to game, round to round, however you want to do with it. Highly recommend checking them out. Leads me to availability. Bag Brothers has a website, bagbrotherscornhole.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. The bags are $60 for a set. When I was recording this, they had them on sale right now for $55 for a set, $10 shipping. So $65 to $70 shipped to you. Phenomenal price. Really high quality set of bags for that price. Kind of at lower price points. If you've been thinking about trying out a hybrid style bag or a bag, maybe you haven't tried this clone material, you want to try it out. This Bag Brothers this Bad Dog is a great bag to give it a try on. You're not risking a lot on it. If you do play in the TCL, you can buy these on the TCL website. Now they're $95 with the TCL stamp on them. I think it's $12 shipping, so $107 shipped to you. So if you play in the TCL, you have to have the TCL version. If you don't play in the TCL, just go to the bagbrotherscornhole.com and buy the unstamped version. You'll get them for almost half off. Save yourself a ton of money. If you've thrown the Bad Dogs, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.